A series of celebration activities have been held across the DPRK to mark the 70th anniversary of the country's founding, including a military parade. South Korea's Yonhap news agency quoted an intelligence source saying the parade was held this morning. The event is said to have started around 10 a.m. The DPRK's leader Kim Jong-un participated in the event. It's the first of its kind since the historic June summit between Kim and U.S. President Donald Trump. Rafael, we know that you were just at that parade. What can you tell us about the event?
It's just minutes since I've got out of Kim Il-sung Square back to this hotel to be live from the place where all the foreign media are staying here in Pyongyang for this anniversary event. This kind of parade followed a traditional pattern, starting around 10 a.m. local time, running for 2 hours. Most of the time was the thousands of people marching past us. The ground shakes. You hear this deafening sound either of the goose-stepping soldiers or the rumble of the tanks or then the cheers of the civilians who march past. One thing that was very noticeable though this time, the military participation. At this anniversary, the founding of the country anniversary, in the past 10 years, that's 5 years ago and 10 years ago, 2008 and 2013, it wasn't actually the real Korean army taking part. It's a kind of civil defense force that was on display in those previous anniversaries, which is called the Worker Peasant Red Guard here. This time round, there were real Korean People's Army soldiers there, but another difference is that compared to last year, the big parade in April for the anniversary of the birth of President Kim Il-sung, when there were a huge number of the major missiles rolled out on show, and again at an army anniversary this year in February. Today, we didn't see all of that heavy-duty hardware, the big missiles which the DPRK has been developing at such an intense pace over the past few years and testing until last year. So that was a major difference. But overall, the same kind of format. The leader of the DPRK, Kim Jong-un, on the balcony overlooking the event and accompanied by the senior Chinese official who's here as a special envoy of the Chinese President Xi Jinping, that's Li Jianshu, and he was there, and at the end they held hands together, holding their hands in the air together, waving to the crowd, very much a symbol of the traditional ties between the DPRK and China. Overall, though, an event which has followed a pattern that the DPRK uses when celebrating major anniversaries. The major difference is not so much military hardware on show as in the past few editions of these kind of major anniversary parades.
Thank you very much, Rafael Weber, joining us from Pyongyang on that parade.